Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm doing this after a very, very long time, but something really interesting came up after a very long time. So, I used to review cars back like 3, 4 years ago, 4, 5 years ago. And I used to be a fan of Tesla. I've been a fan of Tesla for a very long time. I started following them when they came up with the original Tesla Roadster, the one that was based on the Lotus Elise. And Teslas were never originally in India, right? But last week, Tesla finally opened a showroom in New Delhi. It's in AeroCity for all the people who want to check it out. And well, when I got the news, I filled out the form for the test drive. I got the opportunity to go to AeroCity, and I got to test drive the all new Model Y. It's not all new, the facelift version, of course. And the thing is, I have always been fascinated with Teslas. I went to Hong Kong in 2018 just so I could film and review Teslas. I lost the footage, but yeah, back then I was 12 years old, so I couldn't drive them, of course. But finally, I've got my driver's license, and Tesla is in India. So now I'm going to share the footage of me trying out Tesla. Basically, I'm not going to go very deep into all the features, the screen, but I'm going to share my experience. Person who has only driven petrol, gasoline, or diesel powered cars his entire life, tens of thousands of kilometers. So finally, it was time to get behind the wheel and test it out. The first thing that I noticed when I entered the vehicle is the minimalistic design language that Tesla is well known for. Close to no physical buttons, everything is adjusted using the massive center touchscreen that you can see. And that is a very interesting thing. But minimalism gets to a point where it can be a painful thing as well, because even the glove box is operated using the touchscreen. There's no physical button to open the glove box. Another thing that I noticed were the two scroller wheels on the steering wheel that you can see. The one on the left, it is supposed to adjust everything, every physical entity of the car, the steering wheel, the side mirrors, the volume, everything is to be adjusted using that scroller on the left. Another thing that I noticed on the inside was how roomy the vehicle felt. It, it felt like I was sitting in a ladder frame SUV because the visibility outside it was incredible. Now, the most fun part of that day, I got to drive the Tesla Model Y. So, the user selling point of an electric vehicle to a petrol head is the instant torque these cars can generate. The acceleration, it's mind boggling. And let's talk about the acceleration. Everyone hypes it up, but you don't get it until you feel it. So unlike petrol or diesel cars where there's a bit of lag, this thing just goes. The instant torque, zero delay, and every single time you floor it, it just puts the biggest smile on your face. It's addictive. And so this was the first time that I got to drive an electric vehicle. And there's something called regenerative braking that is an option in a lot of electric vehicles. So what regen braking is, if you don't know, basically when you lift off the accelerator, the car slows down and sends that energy back to the battery. So instead of wasting the energy on braking, it reuses it. That's pretty cool, right? And the best part, the most interesting part about regen braking is the car brakes for you. You only have to use the throttle pedal, the accelerator pedal. So that just brings another level of laziness to driving as well, because initially we went from manuals to automatics, right? From three pedals to two pedals. And now in electric vehicles, all you have to do is just use one single pedal. So that's another interesting thing. So Tesla Model Y, this vehicle weighs almost 2 tons. It has got just shy of 300 horsepower and over 400 Newton meters of torque. The thing is, this car felt incredibly agile and maneuverable, even though it weighs 2 tons. And that is something that I found really interesting. It felt like driving a giant go-kart. It was super fun and super easy to drive. There are a lot of gimmicks in Teslas, as we all know. You can search up YouTube, you can watch Netflix on the screen as long as the car is stationary. The screen you're seeing right now is the back screen for the rear passenger, so you can operate it anytime you want. So ultimately, it was an incredibly fun experience. and it was a very different experience from all the other cars I've driven. There were a few drawbacks that I could think of. Firstly, the speedometer, it's not right in front of the driver, right? So it's just a habit that we look for the speed right in front of the steering wheel, right? It's on the screen. It's not that big of a deal, but still, it's something that you'll have to adjust to. Another thing is minimalism. It gets to a point where it becomes a little painful. But of course, if you get used to driving a Tesla, then other cars will become a pain to drive. And of course, the range anxiety. Right now, there are not a lot of superchargers in India, and the charging facilities, it's not the best on national highways. Yes, you can charge your electric vehicles on different expressways, but national highways, yeah, that's going to be painful. So if I were to buy this car, I would most probably daily this vehicle inside the city and not take it out of the city, not travel intercity with this car just yet. But it was a super fun car to drive, incredible experience, and I'm glad I was one of the few people in Delhi who got to experience this vehicle. So yeah, thank you.